Okay, so yesterday we started with this particular article and we examined the abstract and the introduction, which gave us some ideas of the direction that the article is going to take. Today I'm going to divide the article into sections which I'm going to assign to your group. And in your groups you're going to read the section, chunk the section, and try and do does and says for at least 2 of your chunks. Here is what I would suggest that you do. Assign one person to read, assign someone who is going to chunk as you go. Or one person reads and everybody else begins the chunking process as you are reading, so that when you are finished, you are able to compare those chunks as opposed to needing to go through and read it all over again in order to do the chunking. Okay, so we are looking at the sections number 2, the Stoker model, number 3, the Harris-Mayer-Kostova model, and number 4, the Whedon model. Take section 2, the Stoker model, take section 3, the Harris-Mayer model.
A very important feature of the Whedon model is for the vampire slayers to exterminate all vampires before they do an irreversible damage to the human population, and it will fail to return to its initial state and continue to grow steadily and peacefully. Alright, so let's go over it and go back to chunking. Okay, so I think that the first and second paragraph would be chunked together. Yeah. Would be chunked because there's still the introduction part of it.
This is like posing a question and this is answering it. So
right? So like,
chunk it here.
right? Because then you can tell these connected because the answer might lie in existence, so it has to be a question in the
And then it
previous.
switches to the TV show or
Yeah, the show that they're using in this case.
Individuals.
So that's why I think the second
Which one?
the third chunk.
Which section?
So you see how the first paragraph is the question paragraph?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
And then it answers in here, so that would be the first chunk. Because after this part, it goes into like the model part about vampires in the TV show.
From where the Wyndham model, so where it starts?
Yeah, from where it starts right here to the point where it ends right here in the
And
second
then it
paragraph.
changes subject.
Yeah,
The creator. Oh, okay.
yeah, see?
I do see.
What'd you guys get?
I know one for sure. I put a line under the second paragraph for under efficient.
Efficient?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
because now it goes into what type of models Whedon was talking about,
Yeah.
and then so that small paragraph and this second paragraph is all one too. And then from where it says let us calibrate, I'd put a line right there because now it's talking about the diagrams he used or the equation right here to figure 4 and 5. So I put one right here, and then I stopped it right here where it says figure 4 and 5.
Why? Because it concludes it?
Yeah, because where it says although, that's like a transition.
yeah.
It's a transition word. So I put a line right before it, and then I didn't know if the last two connected or not.
What did you get? Or did you guys get something different?
Oh, I just put down what she put down. But I feel like, I don't know if there should be a line between here and here. Because it says, vampires and humans cannot coexist. And then here it's saying that,
Even though.
yeah, it's saying that it can exist here. So I'm not sure if there should be a line in between.
Even though the Whedon model structure theoretically allows for coexistence of human and vampires. Yeah. Isn't that like
Maybe.
another
Yeah, I
transition?
think
So,
yeah. That's what I was thinking.
So there's
And then a very important feature.
4 chunks. 4 chunks. So do you
We already know what the says does because it's just in it the reason why we did it. It's just the says.
If we were to write like examples, would that be a does or a says?
a does?
That's it does.
So like shows or
This section
provides
provides
examples.
examples from novels that shows that humans and like
Vampires coexist.
Yeah.
And the says would be, you don't know what this says.
So
Well, write it down first.
I hope I spelled that right. So it's saying that vampires and humans are able to exist with each other.
Yeah, that's something I was saying.
So wait, we're writing the does right now?
Does and
That's the
says.
size.
The does is showing examples from novels that humans and vampires can coexist. Then it says is.
Wait, repeat that.
It says it.
That's what I said earlier.
No, that's it does. Yeah,
That vampires and humans can peacefully coexist.
that's it says, right?
I think that's what it says.
Okay.
Wait, what did you guys say the does was?
Showing examples from novels that humans and vampires can coexist.
Coexist?
So what's
Coexist.
the
Same thing.
I feel like, part of that does statement that we just said is part of the says statement too.
but the says statement is like showing examples like
Should
Twilight.
it be more in depth?
Yeah.
For the
It's
does.
not just the
So
they
we
coexist.
can
blah, blah,
say
blah.
novels such as the Twilight series, and then those examples, the Southern Vampire, shows that vampires can peacefully coexist with humans.
Now, I know you're not done, but I do want to check in with you to see how far you've gotten. And so, because I've already checked with each of you about the chunking of your text and your reasoning for it, I want you to simply give me the chunks. And if you can, give me your does and says statements for your first chunk, because we're not going to get through the whole thing. And then we'll be able to go back into a little more detail tomorrow, because this is your article of the week. Okay, let's take a look at the second model. That's the Harris-Meyer model. Okay, where are my Harris-Meyer groups? Here and here and here. Go ahead, first chunk.
Okay, so our first chunk is right after basically the first paragraph is our first chunk.
Okay, did everybody agree?
No.
No.
No. Somebody tell me why. I'm going to go to the back group. Jerome, your group. Why not?
Because it's still talking about how different books of the vampires. It's just not about. Yeah, it's just talking about showing different books about vampires.
Okay. What was your reasoning?
It was showing the TV series like transitioning from the first paragraph with it, like mentioning it, and then it goes into like the different series that they have mentioned in the previous paragraph.
Okay, so your line is here. Your reasoning being because here you're listing out the series and the books that we're talking about, but here we're giving a little more information on the series and the books that are mentioned previously. Now, again, you can do it both ways. If you were to try and write a does and says statement for this sentence, this paragraph alone, though, you'd ultimately end up with another follow-up sentence that had to do with the same thing, at which point I'd simply tell you to combine those two ideas into one. Okay? And give me your does statement then for that section.
This section gives examples and evidence that humans and vampires can live peacefully through pop culture.
Can live peacefully through pop culture. Okay, and your does statement. I'm sorry, your summary statement.
Our says?
Mm-hmm.
For the first or for the second one?
Give it to me for the second one.
Okay, so what we put is this chunk says that even with the given differences between the vampire genre, the basic idea is that this is the same in which vampires and humans can peacefully coexist.
The evidence is the same, and I'm just going to write peaceful coexistence. Okay, let's go to the next section, and that is the Whedon model. That's this group and this group. Ladies, go first.
So we put our first chunk, our first line after the third paragraph.
After the third paragraph, and that would be
After efficient.
method is efficient.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
The first paragraph proposes a question. The second paragraph answers a question. And the third paragraph gives an example, like supporting the answer.
Okay. And what is the whole subject then of all 3 paragraphs?
The
Hollywood blockbusters.
how the media incorporates vampires in movies and shows.
Okay. So then give me your says statement.
We said how famous movie producers incorporate vampires into movie shows. Shows how humans and vampires can live with each other.
Okay. Movie producers. If I can get you guys quickly to give me your does sentence.
Introduces the Vampire Slayer model.
Okay, introduces.
The Vampire Slayer model.
Okay, we will work on this some more tomorrow, but very good work.